Hãy like, đăng ký và chia sẻ nhé bạn. Trung tâm Ngoại ngữ Ngọc Vân chúc bạn một ngày vui vẻ.
You couldn't hear him because I think it's very typical when you're learning a new language, unless you're me that has a big deep voice, you talk quietly. Okay? He says he likes to listen to English music to learn and also TV shows. And that is what I promote as a teacher, because just as a person, I am a couch surfer and I've had numerous people from mainly Europe, one from Japan, that have come and stayed at my house, and most of them have had a little bit of English in school, but not speaking. And they've learned to speak, they've all admitted, from in Germany or Europe, whatever country, from listening to English bands, and also from watching TV shows and movies. And just before TET, I moved into a new house in K1 area of water, and the Vietnamese mother, she yelled, I thought at me, but she yelled at her son, and he came out, "Hey man, what's going on?" Whoa. And guess what? He learned his English, and he has very good English from listening to English music and singing it. So very well. Okay, what is the hardest part of learning English? The hardest part of learning English? Yeah, learning the vocabulary. Yeah, and all the different words, right? Mm-hmm. Word Up is a great free app you can get for your cell phone, and it can teach you vocabulary. Actually, Mrs. Van's son told me about it because when he was preparing to go to university and he had to do his IELTS test, I was doing his IELTS lessons, and he told me he was using Word Up. So it isn't my suggestion, it's another Vietnamese English learner. So, and he did very good in his IELTS. So good, yeah. What is the easiest part of learning English?
Yes, vocabulary.
Yeah, and for him, learning vocabulary is easy. But remember, every single one of you is different. So that's the big thing. When you're learning in a class environment, don't compare yourself to each other, okay? Because you might have parents who have a restaurant and you have to work after school every day. You might have the opportunity to study English 4 hours a day at home where you don't have that. So everybody's lives are different. You, I know, like to do other academic things. So you put so much time on English, but you value your time for other things, including sports. So good, yeah. Don't compare. Some people find it easy, some people find it hard. How about I am getting old and I am having a real hard time when you hear vocabulary, you're supposed to memorize it. And as you get older, your brains are like sponges. You can suck it up real good, but as you get older, you forget. So I have to keep practicing and practicing. Who practices a lot? Yeah. And do you think practicing English or speaking English is probably the biggest key?
Yeah. In my opinion, practicing is the most important part for everything we do in our life. Because just practice don't make perfect, but practice make improvements. So I think it's the most important part for every single activity or part of our life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And back there, what tip? No. Yeah, learning the vocabulary. Yeah, and all the different words, right? Word Up. Word Up is a great free app you can get for your cell phone.
Watch TV show.
Yeah, watch TV shows. Play video games is a good one, because I know one girl I know, her friend speaks better English than her, and she does not take English lessons from a teacher. You know where she takes her English lessons? She's online gaming with English-speaking people, right? Teenagers. And there's another young boy at campus too. I think he's 14. He started, and I may have told you already, he started Minecraft at about very young age, and at the age of 9, he went from Vietnamese Minecraft to English Minecraft. Well, you want to talk about a kid blah, 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 in English. Crazy. Yeah. Good advice. And how about the advice of whatever you do, whether it's listening to music or watching TV or reading a book or learning vocabulary, remember to learn and make it fun. Learn from things that you enjoy. Don't just, oh, Mr. Dan says read this grammar book, and grammar is boring. Everybody I talk to, Thailand, Vietnam, China, where I've taught, grammar is so boring. I hate grammar. Because that's all you get in school. So, and you all, I said, are different people. So, if you love fashion, you can learn a lot of English from watching fashion shows, fashion podcasts, fashion shows, fashion magazines. And if you're writing a magazine, they are professional writers. So at the same time, you're learning.
Watch TV show.
Yeah, watch TV shows. Play video games is a good.
What do you think about English language?
I think the English language, I was born Canadian, I didn't have a choice. I think I'll be politically kind of correct on this. Learning an English language is big business, right? It's huge. So as an English learner, your first step, you're doing the right thing. You're at a very good, approved learning facility. And nowadays, especially all you guys, you have your cell phones, you can learn online, but there's a lot of online learning that's not good online learning. And I say that because when I traveled to China 7 years ago, when I traveled to Vietnam, and just before COVID, when I came back from Thailand, I met 3 so-called English teachers. Guess what? None of them were properly trained. Okay? And don't get me wrong, you can teach a language, but you have to have common sense on how you do it. And some of the YouTubers I see, they're teaching people, oh, pronounce it like this or pronounce it like that. They're so wrong. So really watch where you source it, and you guys are on the foot here, the right track. But I think English, away from the political, if you can do it the right way, it's going to open many doors for you and many opportunities. Some of you will go to international studies. Most of you will stay in Vietnam. But even if you stay in Vietnam, it can open many doors, because I think it's still the #1 second language in the world. I think Mandarin is coming up on English, but I don't think with the politics of what's happening in China, English will always stay one. So, yeah. But it's a good step. So, and especially even not just for your jobs. If you do good, successful jobs, it's fantastic if you travel. Because usually anywhere I've traveled, whether it's Malaysia, India, or wherever I've gone, Central America, English is the #1 language where I can communicate, other than with.
What do you think about English language?
I think the English language, I was born Canadian, I didn't have a choice. Are you learning English? You gotta speak louder. I'm an old man, I can't hear. I want to learn English because.
Because he like it.
Because you like it, yeah. Oh, fantastic, yeah. You know that my best friend lives in China. And he's. From where? Thailand, yeah. I love Thailand too. I got lots of friends. Oh, I know them from going to Thailand. But you know them on Facebook?
Yeah, that's right. You know them on Facebook? No, chat with them on Facebook. With your friends in Thailand on Facebook?
Yeah, yeah. I have a friend in Thailand that we talk every day on Facebook, and I actually work for him. He's a YouTuber, and he does computer coding, and every day he makes me jealous and sends a picture of him having a big beer, cold beer, while he is making money on his computer. And he uses me. You say, what do you think of English? He only has very basic English, but he uses me as his English voice actor. So he will use my audio, edit it into his Thai computer coding videos and sell it worldwide. Smart businessman. So he can work at home at his leisure and 2 o'clock, time for beer. And he does what do you call that, Mark? Passive teaching, it's called. This, we're in reality. She has to be here, I have to be here. But with technology nowadays, any one of you could do it. You guys and ladies are probably all better at technology than me. But you can design a course or do a YouTube video and do it once. And then, are you learning English? You gotta speak louder. I'm an old man, I can't hear. What is the easiest part of English for you?
I think it's the vocabulary, just like him.
Yeah.
It's really easy to learn it. You can find it on Google Translate from some of apps.
Yeah. And that's the neat thing with you guys being so young. You have the technology, and I think most of you all have smartphones. And if you don't have data, you have close to Wi-Fi. You have apps. You have Google Translate. I use Google Translate all the time. I'm trying to stay away from my Vietnamese friends, and I'm going out to shopping on my own. I've set up my own Shopee account because that's how I have to learn Vietnamese. And I've taken the basic lessons, but yeah, the word up, I'm not so much in Google Translate, but the ones I like are Cambridge Dictionary, because Cambridge Dictionary, if you're learning the pronunciation of vocabulary, it gives you US and UK English. The sounds are different, totally different. And also Merriam-Webster Dictionary also. I find Cambridge Dictionary is not as complete of a dictionary for definitions as Merriam-Webster, which is US. So, but yeah, you have lots of good resources. That's the big thing, is to know which one. You're lucky then, vocabulary, because I find it hard too. How about different meanings in idiom? What is the easiest part of English for you?
I think it's the vocabulary, just like him.
Yeah.
It's really